Welcome to the Week 1 review of the Revolution Fantasy Football edition of the Ruben Yanez Fantasy Football League. I'm your commissioner, alone for the first week, but that's okay. It just means it's going to be quick and smooth. So, starting off with the Week 1 scores. Starting off with a definite heartbreaker, the Cantu Cuts take out the South Hayward Alfredo Pollos 147 to 131. It's no surprise that the scores are so high, as both Tua and Tyreek Hill were in this match. The Chula Vista Chingones did not score enough points and went down to the San Jose George Life Matter 125 to 88. Well, the Blade Runners gave the Cucamonga Cracker Killers a run for their money, but in the end did not have enough, as the Cracker Killers pretty much beat up on the Blade Runners 136 to 97. Bolt Gang made a statement with, was it Calvin Ridley, Justin Jefferson, Trevor Lawrence? So many points. The Flying Graysons, while they had big names on the docket, were not able to come through with many significant points. The Week 1 Game of the Week is in fact the NPD 85 narrowly, and I mean narrowly, taking out that Rocco Kane by 1.9190. This match came down to the last day, and it was a nail biter all the way around. Definitely a great match. Now it's time for this week's Honey Buns and Crumb Buns. I have my picks, and I do also have Anthony's picks, so let's get started. Week 1 Honey Buns. My pick, of course, is Tua Tagovailoa, who went out there and put up 466 points, 3 touchdowns, all for 29 points. And who did he go through? Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns for 45 points. Before I continue, I do want to remind everyone that we are listening to Studio Pete, who you can find on Spotify. Search up Studio Pete, listen to Instrumentals Volume 1 and 2. Moving on with the opposite side of the coin. The Week 1 Crumb Bums, because they just did not come through. For instance, the Chargers defense, they got an interception and a fumble recovery. However, they allowed 39 points and yards upon yards upon yards upon yards. Negative 5 points for the Chargers defense. And then we have T. Higgins. I mean, the entire Bengals team had a terrible day, but T. Higgins had 8 targets, 0 receptions, 0 yards, for 0 points. He'll be better. Who was good and all over that bench, unfortunately did not help at all. First one up, Michael Pittman Jr. for the Flying Graysons, who had 8 receptions, 97 yards, for 23 points. All over that bench. Now, that is nothing compared to the Chingones, who thought that Jacoby Myers was going to be... I don't know what they thought. They thought that he was just going to underperform. Little did they realize that a Jacoby Myers performance in Week 1 happens to be 9 receptions, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns for 30 points. All over that bench, baby. All over that bench. But even worse is when nobody picks them, right? Week 1, motherfucker that helped absolutely nobody. Up first is the Arizona Cardinals defense, who allowed 20 points, got an interception, 2 fumble recoveries, 6 sacks, a touchdown, for 20 points that nobody saw coming. Talking about nobody seeing coming was that Roschon Johnson, 55 total yards, including 6 receptions, a touchdown, 70 points for the fourth running back on the Bears. Roschon Johnson, 17 points. Helped absolutely nobody. All right, let's there's no Does Big Daddy Know segment this week. It'll come back next week. Don't worry, we'll be ready. So let's just get straight to the Thursday night preview. Thursday night preview sees the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles favored by 7.5 points. The over-under on this game is 48.5 points. I mean, you have Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson on one end, and you have the entire Philadelphia offense on the other. Points, you know when they say points are going to be at a premium, it's the opposite of that. Points are going to come at a, Costco, at a Costco rate, if you will. So there's going to be many points. I see a lot of points, and the fact that it's week 2 and a Thursday night game, I don't believe that it's going to matter too much, it being only week 2. Their bodies haven't taken as much punishment yet. So because it's week 2, I see a lot of points coming. But I do see the upset. I see Minnesota taking out the Eagles 35-27. However, Anthony here, he sees a straight shootout. He sent me his picks, and he sees Philadelphia, taking out the Vikings. However, it's going to be many points, many points. He sees the Eagles going 45, the Vikings 40. Both of us going on the over. It's going to be an interesting game. I think if you got these defenses, bench them. Or not. Do what you want. But it just could be that there's going to be a lot of points. And you don't want to catch yourself on the opposite end. Unless you know more than unless you know something than everybody else, then do what you do. But for now, that is the 2023 Week 1 review. Join us next week where we will be at full strength, commish and vice commish,